Hey everyone, it's Chris Braverman, and today I am reviving World War III, a special WCW pay-per-view that took place in November. Just realized that 11/22/98 this pay-per-view took place. It was a World War III, and 11/22 just passed in 2017, November 22nd. We're on November 26th. It's a Sunday, which that's when pay-per-views usually take place. So I thought, why not bring back World War III? So here we are in my son's room. I've brought back the 3 rings. And if you guys remember World Championship Wrestling and how World War III played out, 60 men, 3 rings, 1 survivor. There we see the stars of World Championship Wrestling back in 1998. We have the Giant, now known as the Big Show. We've got Wolfpack Sting, Kurt Hennig, DDP, Goldberg, Nash and Hall, Hogan, K-Dog, my favorite, the Hitman, Lex Luger. Eric Bischoff wasn't a wrestler, isn't a wrestler. I guess he just wanted to be a part of the promo. I've got some WCW logos here and there on the commentators table. There's the monitors and the chairs. The World War III logo. It's my logo, ChrisBraverman.com. And we've got the commentators. We've got behind the ropes. Sorry about that. But we've got Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes with the World War III logo. Because yes, that's a screen cap from a World War III pay-per-view. Let's take a look at the ad just for a minute, just for nostalgia purposes. Order from your cable or satellite company now. It's got the WCW logo, Time Warner Company. Live on pay-per-view. Yeah, it brings back very many memories. Like I said, here's the announce table. We've got the 3 rings. That one's just a plain basic ring. And this one is plain as well, just with a WWE logo on it. Unfortunately, couldn't remove it, so I just turned it upside down for the Miz, I guess. And here we've got the WCW Target exclusive ring. They came packaged with Dusty Rhodes. And so the rings are empty now, so we're going to fill it up. We're going to replicate World War III. Keep in mind, not very many World Championship Wrestling action figures have been made. Well, I'm going to use my my Mattel action figures. So not very many WCW action figures have been made. I've got quite a few, but not very many. So, yes, the rings will be populated with WWE superstars. But just remember, we're replicating in the same vein of World War III. So, let's do this. Let's bring the guys out. Fill them up. So, 60 men, 3 rings. You do the math. 20 action figures in here. 20 action figures in here. And 20 action figures in there. Let's see what it looks like. There can only be 1 survivor though. Alright, so maybe I got a little carried away. So there's more than 20 WCW guys here. And yeah, when it comes to World Championship Wrestling, I go a little bit crazy. I love World Championship Wrestling. And so yeah, I picked out maybe 1 too many wrestlers, more than the 20 that I needed. I filled up the other rings, and of course, the WCW rings giving me some trouble. So these are the guys that are loose, that were in my son's box here. And there's some dudes that I didn't take out. I didn't take out Scott Hall, and I didn't take out Kevin Nash or NWO Sting. But yeah, I'm just gonna use the loose dudes, and I'm gonna sort out who's going to go into that WCW ring. So what I did was I put just random WWE guys in those blank rings, and I'm gonna fill the WCW ring with former WCW competitors. So let's do this. Let me sort out who's gonna go in, and yeah, you'll see it. Alright, so I finally did it. Finally selected my 20 WCW superstars to fill the World Championship Wrestling Target exclusive ring. And yeah, they're all filled. So 20, 20, and 20. 60 men, 3 rings, 1 survivor. So we've got 60 men filling these 3 rings, 20 men in each ring. And let me just show you who's all here in this ring. Won't focus too much on it, but just take a look. briefly. So as you remember, the World War III had its fair mixture of main eventers, had some cruiserweights, had some jobbers, had some dudes that of course you knew weren't going to win, but they were just filler, just to fill the rings. And here, this is my main event ring, my World Championship Wrestling ring, full of WCW or former WCW superstars. I'll focus on this because this is a World Championship Wrestling video. So who we've got here, we've got my favorite of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, a former WCW champion, Arn Anderson, Sting, Diamond Dallas Page. It's beautiful. Like if you think back and look back at World Championship Wrestling and you look at the guys in this ring, you see the rich history here. A bunch of colorful characters that made my childhood beautiful, made my childhood so much better. We've got the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, Chris Jericho, Lionheart, Brian Knobbs of the Nasty Boys. We've got Big Van Vader, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, Little Rey Mysterio in his WCW attire, Booker T, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. Who else we've got here? We've got Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, Brian Pillman, Flying Brian, Tully Blanchard, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Then in the center of it all, we've got the man, Bill Goldberg. So yeah, that's my WCW ring. This is World War III. So I did everything, right? I said 60 men, 3 rings. I did the 60 men. We've got the 3 rings. So I think now we need 1 survivor. Let's see who will win. And for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do, the way it works, if I recall, and if I'm telling this correctly, and I'm like 99% sure I am saying this right, what happens is once the 20 have been eliminated, or once 19 have been eliminated from each ring, the 1 sole survivor from each ring moves on to 1 ring. Right? Something like that. Unless, of course, it's like just 1 survivor there and no one there. So, yeah, basically whatever's left over moves on over to this ring. Those were the rules. So this is the main event ring. So Hitman's here waiting. Scott Hall, in his Razor Ramon attire, is there waiting to see what happens here with Tito Santana and Sid Vicious. And then we'll move over to the main event ring. So what I'm going to have happen is, let's have Tito, and I'm sorry Tito to do this to you, but you're gonna get eliminated the hard way. So I love Sid Vicious, and one of my favorite finishing maneuvers of all time has always been the powerbomb. Yeah, I used to do it to my friends a lot when I was little, when we were little, and it was awesome. Just the feeling of scooping someone up and powerbombing them. That was awesome. So yeah, so we're going to eliminate Tito Santana in awesome fashion, and he's gonna go out with a power bomb from Big Sid Vicious through the table, through that WCW announce table. So here we go, some nostalgia here. It's power bomb from Sid Vicious, and watch this, boom, shakalaka, NBA Jam, and Tito Santana has been eliminated. So now the final 3 we have as part of World War III are Sid Vicious, Scott Hall as Razor Ramon, and the Hitman Bret Hart, my favorite wrestler of all time. Who do you think's gonna win this? And Tito's still hanging out there. He's hurt after that powerbomb. So who do you think's gonna win? Let's move on, everyone, to the main event ring here, so we can conclude World War III. And so what's going to happen is, so let's just pretend they were fighting, and Sid is eliminating Scott Hall here. Whoops, he's out of there. Then Sid's taunting, he's the master and the ruler of the world. And then of course here comes my favorite wrestler of all time, the Hitman. Drop kick to the face, to the head, excuse me. And Sid Vicious has been eliminated. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner of World War III, Bret the Hitman Hart. And so, just like the Royal Rumble, but better, the winner of World War III would go on to challenge for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. So Bret Hart's going on to challenge for the WCW World title. There was only one instance where World War III was, in fact, for the WCW title. Other than that, World War III was just a Royal Rumble where the winner gets to challenge for the WCW title. So here's your winner of World War III, the Hitman Bret Hart. And we're done. Thank you guys so much for bringing back World War III with me. It's been fun reliving these memories. Yeah, hope you guys have fond memories of it just like I do. Hope you enjoyed. If you did please comment in the comment box below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram, please, at Chris Braverman, and of course visit my website, chrisbraverman.com. 60 men, 3 rings, 1 survivor, and you're looking at him, the Hitman, Bret Hart. See you next time.